Good morning, everybody. It is a very wet, dark Tuesday morning here in Cork, and it is 7:09. Oh, it's later than expected, and it's the 18th of the 2nd, 2025. That's February, by the way. We're finally in February, but the weather is November, January, terrible. It's kind of cold as well. It's not as bad as it was last week. It was really cold. We didn't have any ice or snow, but it was really cold. There was this vicious wind coming from the southeast. So I have had to put on my little heater a little bit extra in my little office. So I did have a little new addition. You'll see my little plants here. I think I had them in yesterday's video as well. So I invested. I realized I did have real plants. They're fake. I did have real plants here before, but to be honest, I'm always forgetting to water them and stuff. I'm really bad, and then they're like dead, and I'm like wondering what's happening. So I wouldn't compliment myself now on raising plants. So I have just come, I'm 37 hours into a fast. I decided on Sunday evening to do a fast. Yesterday I didn't mention it in the video because I wasn't sure if I would continue, and all day I was going, I'm going to eat something, I'm going to eat something. And it wasn't really that I was hungry. The first day of fasting, not the evening. So I finished at 6 on Sunday. So then you're fasting Monday. I always find it's either the first day that Monday or the next day that's really hard. Today I'm finding grand, and I actually really struggled yesterday evening. So I went to bed a little bit earlier just to avoid getting at the food. And it isn't the carbs. I was after making a big pot of chili, which I was putting away in the fridge, and it's just hard not to put a spoon of it in your mouth. So I wasn't sure if I would continue. So I usually don't announce, oh, I'm going to do, you know, I see these people online like, oh, I'm going to do a 10-day fast. I'm like, how do they know they're going to last? So I'm now 37 hours in. I feel fantastic. I've always said this. The thing about fasting, it's a bit addictive, a bit addicting, is that after a couple of days you do feel great. But of course you don't know that. If you're coming off carbs, it's different. It's much harder to fast. I was on keto maybe 6 or 7 months, then I did a 16-hour fast, 12-hour. Like, I really eased myself in. I did a 24-hour, I did a 36, next thing I did a 42. Like, the first time you do it, you're like thinking, oh my God, I'm going to die, I could die. And then I did a 72, I kind of 60, then I did a 72, then I did a 3-day, is that 3 days? Maybe I did a 4-day, I did a 5-day, then I did a 7-day. These were all with a gap in the middle. And then I finally did a 10-day water fast, which I could have stayed going. I was actually even slimmer than I am now when I started that fast. I've loads of fat in my body to get rid of. I stopped because I just hadn't done it enough. So that was a 10-day water fast, and I felt amazing. I really, really felt amazing. Now in the 10-day one, you're going to have days where you can't do as much exercise. So you do have to pace yourself. You have to be careful that you're not doing too much. And I'd say something like this now, this is a 36-hour fast, and I'm now 37 hours. I could do exercise, no problem. But say, maybe tomorrow I'd still be okay. But then after that, if you keep going with fasting, you have to be careful with the level of exercise you do, so you don't like kind of get kind of dizzy or something like that. Like, it's happened to me where I think when I was on the 10-day one at day 7, I went for a walk, and I was walking up a really steep hill, which I would do normally, and I was running out of energy, and it was hard going. So you do have to be, you know, cognizant of what your body can do. You're not really designed for doing heavy exercise while fasting. Although in the initial stages of fasting, say now today, tomorrow, maybe the day after, I could go to the gym and burn off loads of calories because my body's in full flow of using up the body fat. So fasting is so great. It's hard to get to the point where you feel great on fasting, and that is, I suppose, this is why, like, a lot of us will do a bit of fasting and then we're like mad for the food, and we end up eating carbs. Like, I do not eat carbs when I come off a fast. I don't eat carbs going into a fast, because carbs, nature, you should all read Brian Johnson's book, Dr. Brian Johnson. He wrote a book called Nature, Why Nature Wants Us to Be Fat. An exceptional guy. Even look him up on YouTube. He doesn't have a YouTube channel, I don't think, but he has been interviewed, Dr. Brian Johnson. No, It's not Dr. Brian Johnson. It's Rick Johnson. Sorry, Dr. Brian Johnson is the guy that's doing the longevity experiment. He does that protocol. I can't remember the name of it, and he is trying to live forever. Whereas Dr. Rick Johnson wrote the book, Why Nature Wants Us to Be Fat. Nature wants us to eat sugar when we find it. The problem in modern society is we have sugar everywhere. So don't worry, you can do these fasting things as well if you want. I just do them for clean out. I really just do the fasting. I don't do them for weight loss per se. I do them for clean out so that I'm going into autophagy, which eats up if I have any kind of cancer cells or any shit cells, broken mitochondria inside my body, which we all do. It'll eat them up. It's called autophagy. So autophagy, auto means self, and then phagy is to eat. It's Latin terms. So my body is now self-eating because I'm over. It's usually around 24 hours, they say, maybe less. And then your body goes into autophagy, where it's actually not just consuming your fat that you have, which I have plenty, but it's also, I even have plenty in my cheeks, but it's also eating up the old, damaged, broken stuff that can turn into some kind of chronic illness like cancer or whatever. So it's very important to have a look at that autophagy. The guy who invented autophagy, I think he's a Japanese doctor, I cannot remember his name, Hiroshi or whatever. He won the Nobel Prize in Medicine in 2016 for discovering and doing the research on autophagy. It is a fact, it is real, and it is a place that you want to go sometime in your life. If you haven't been there, you're all going to be like, oh yeah, that's awful. It's so good for your body. And I'm no health guru. I'm average Joe. I can't even believe I'm doing any of this stuff because I am the carb queen. I mean, put me in a room full of Rice Krispies, I'll probably eat them all for you. So I am at no level an exceptional human being, and I'm not even I can't tell you that I'm doing 36-hour fast because I'm afraid I'm not going to manage. So join me. I'm still on the weight loss protocol as well. I just decided to throw in this fast, but more by accident than anything. I just felt a little bit sludgy, so I said, right, I'm going to do the fast, but of course I didn't know I was going to get to the end. So anyway, I'll keep you updated. I'm still on the weight loss. Join me with the ketogenic diet. I watched a video yesterday of a guy that was carnivore, strict for 2 years now. I personally have done carnivore for about a month. It does not suit me. I do not believe that we should be not eating any carbs. I believe in having a McDonald's every now and again and having a good time and having fun in life and enjoying. I don't eat these extremes. I'm into keto, but I'm not obsessive because I think we live in the real world. There's so much lovely stuff out there. Enjoy it, but we don't have to have it all the time. The biggest thing I would cut out in the modern life environment is porridge. Weetabix porridge, the breakfast, the high carb breakfast, porridge included. That's the first thing I would get rid of. Get eggs and bacon back into your life, but also eat vegetables and eat salad and eat those kind of things as well. Sorry. But anyway, so I believe in a kind of a balanced ketogenic diet with a break every now and again. Now, I took an extended break, like I said. I put on a lot of weight over Christmas because I was just eating and drinking all around me. No, not like crazy, but like if you eat sugar or carbs or refined carbs, you will put on weight because your blood sugar goes up, insulin is released. There is no fat storage without insulin. That's why type 1 diabetics are so skinny, because they have no insulin, unless they're taking insulin, but their body doesn't produce any. So when I eat the carbs all over Christmas and everything, the fat goes back onto my body. That's nature. That's my body protecting me from starvation, because it doesn't know I live in a world with a shop next door or whatever. So trust yourself, get into this, you feel so amazing, and then that will carry you through the times where you want to have some fun and enjoy yourself. Talk to you soon. Bye.